welcome back to the channel. So, we're working on Kenny, but you know what? I'm waiting on buttons and that interior panel. I'm also waiting on new key locks, cylinders, so that I can put the handles back on, and then I can put the door panels back on. So what I might do is clean up my mess to get ready for the interior, or pardon me, for the rest of the interior. It actually still doesn't really smell like smoke. It just smells like old truck, but it's getting better. So yeah, I thought about working on the 359 today, doing a couple of little things to just prettier up a little bit and change things up for you guys, so that, because you're probably getting bored with interior stuff on Smokey. But Dad's got a new project. I know. I don't know if he's going to want to show what he's doing on video, because, you know, Dad's not very good videographer, but check it out. Dad bought himself a motorhome. You might be asking yourself, Mike, your dad already has a motorhome. Well, he's got a Class C motorhome, or Class B, or I think it's a Class C. Class B's because it doesn't have the overhead bunk. But anyways, he doesn't like it. He's never been a small little motorhome kind of guy, and he's got a big payment on it. So the plan is to sell it to get rid of a payment, and he picked up this 1998 Holiday Rambler Navigator, and it was kind of, for lack of a better term, a fire sale. So Dad, I don't know if you know this, and I probably told you before, but Dad had a Prevost bus that he converted himself for a motorhome. He ended up selling it because they had it for long time, 20 years. It was a 90, I think it was an 86 chassis, or was it a 96? I can't remember. But anyways, Dad had a Prevost motorhome, so after he got rid of it, he thought, you know, they would try like a fifth wheel, live in it, and yeah, doesn't like the manufactured RVs. So then he thought, you know what, if I could find a quality coach, aka a Holiday Rambler, that's older, that has good bones, you know, it could be a project. So anyways, he got this thing smoking cheap. So it needs a little touch up. And when I say touch up, it needs to be cleaned and needs some repairs. This door was broken, so Dad fixed it. And yeah, it's got 22 5s on it. I should have been videoing when Dad was showing me, because it's kind of hard to see, but it's got an M11 Cummins in it, with 113,000 miles on the coach. So with an M11 Cummins, and like, it runs like a Swiss watch, like it runs really good. So, you know, you might be saying, well, why doesn't your dad build a Cabover? Well, Dad wanted to build Stubby into an RV puller thing for himself and Mom, but let's face it, Dad's no spring chicken. You know, he's going to be 79 in January, and climbing in and out of a Cabover and all the rest of it's not quite as easy. So anyways, this is Dad's project. He didn't really plan on getting one this quick, but at the end of the day, he couldn't pass up the deal. So yeah, so that's what Dad's going to do. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot of room to work on it, because I'm using up most of the space, but that's okay, because at least it does fit in here. And when I built this shop, the plan was so I could fit a 45-foot motorhome of my own in here, which I don't have, but Dad has one. So yeah, so anyways, that's what Dad's doing. And I think I'm going to take Stubby home to make some room, but we're not going to do that today because it's minus 15 outside. Minus 15 Celsius. I know. I went away and it snowed and it snowed and it got cold and then it snowed. And I mean, there's not a lot of snow, but it's cold is what I'm saying. So anyways, what I want to do is I'm going to take that marker light apart. I'm going to take this antenna off. I want to put a mirror back on. And I also want to see, see if I can pull this back governor off. I think. And I also got to pull off all these power steering lines, because this is the one that blew. And so yeah, if we're going to start this thing, we got to make sure, A, we're not leaking power steering fluid everywhere, and we got to make sure the rack is going to work. So And I thought, you know what, if I just do a little bit at a time, you know, kind of like a break from Smokey, and or if I do stuff to Smokey that's really not that entertaining, you know, like cleaning the dash and the floor and everything, then I could show you guys this one, because this is way more entertaining. Well, you probably enjoy it more than, you know, watching me do more interior. But anyways, with that said, I better get something done today, because so far I haven't done squat. I know. And we just got back from vacation. We took a week off and took my youngest boy to Disneyland. If you follow my Instagram, you might have seen an Instagram story where I was there. But yeah, we had some points saved up, so we used them. And that's really all I got. So this is something that's bugged me a lot. This antenna just being haywired on there. And at the end of the day, can I straighten it enough to get it to go back in? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it says, man. There we go. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be serviceable. So that's what I want. This, there we go. Just check that out. Okay. This is, there's definitely some rust back there, but that's okay. We can deal with that. I'm gonna get a knife to get this off. If I can. And see if I can find a. Now I had another lens for low and slow. Don't know where it is though. And this is a windshield squirter that's lost its squirter. There. There's one thing fixed already. Huh. Isn't that awesome? We're making progress. And I'm going to put this visor back up where it's supposed to go, I think. Or I won't worry about it too much because really it's not critical. So, but making it look a little neater is definitely in the cards. So I found my lens. So this is another old school Peterbilt lens. So this should fit right in now. It's all about just tiddling it up a little bit. This thing's, you know, we'll do it in stages. First, you got to get it running and not getting any worse. And then we can start tiddling it up, you know, fixing it up one little bit at a time. Although, how is it? Okay, now how is this in here? Wedged in there. Ooh. Grill denser or air conditioning condenser is a little bit worse for wear. And put some new air horns on there. So this looks like, I don't know. That looks like this just kind of clamps it in, but what are the odds on this undoing? I'm not really in the mood to break it off right at the moment. Which is probably what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure this... Yeah, there's pieces missing. That is the problemo. Well, when in doubt, we'll look at another one. Oh yeah. So you can see there's plastics there. And this one's got a steel bit. And that's just plastics. Okay, well, this is not too critical. And you figure this thing's been outside for years. Years and years and years. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but we do just want to make it look and be all together. Because, I mean, maybe we can get them working. Well, I know we can get them working, but... I hate it looking all janky. I mean, I know the whole truck kind of looks janky, but how nice would it be just to get it so it's kind of together? You know what I mean? I wonder how old this tape is. Okay, so that's off. So now how can I just make this stay inside there? There, try bending that to swedge it. There. That's all I wanted to have happen. So guys, this is what I did. I just bent the bottom there, bent the bottom there. So this is in. It's not super tight, you know, and we'll probably put a new roof cap on this thing eventually, is the plan. But in the meantime, I just don't want it to look totally janky. So that's my reasoning. Right or wrong, good or bad. I mean, I know a person shouldn't be worried about looks right now, and I should be working on the engine to get it running, but it's all a process, and if it looks better, it's gonna make you feel better, so you're gonna do more. Does that make sense? Make you feel good about it? There. Because let's face it, this truck ain't driving on the highway for a while. But now, ta-da! It's got 5 marker lights, and that's a OEM cover. Original equipment manufacturer. And I shouldn't lean my arm on that. And this is, of course, where the air horn goes. Dad patched that hole. And yeah, so anyways, let's continue on. Oh, I totally thought that was 9/16. Apparently it's 1/2 inch. Okay. So that's not working. Let's try this. Nope. You know, I should really be used to this by now. You know, stuff not working. All I want to do is put a mirror on this thing. This is a pot metal thing. Grind that off. There. That's better. Now, this just goes in there like that. Don't know that I, well. Let's just zip this one down. We'll put one on this side too. Actually, I don't need it, so I think I'm just going to put one on the, just put a washer in there and one on the top. Like that. This will be so much easier for moving the truck so you can see. If you can't see, you can't see. It's my wise words of the day. If you can't see, you can't see. Like that. There. Now we can see when we're moving this sucker in and out. I've got a nut off that other one. So let's go stick it on the bottom of the other side. And eventually, I'll either fix the one that came off, or I'll add one here that has lights. I changed my mind. I decided rather than trying to fix that other light, I just put another one on that has lights on it. Now, I'm not gonna hook it up right away because let's face it, I don't even know if the alternator charges on this thing yet. So, but at least this way with the mirrors done up, I can, where should I cut that one off? I'll, yeah, be able to see. I should have done that a long time ago, but gosh, it's the same old story. So anyways, I didn't. These aren't even hooked up. That's crazy. There's wires there, but they're not hooked up to anything. This thing needs a lot of work. Okay, so here's micro switch wiring. My gosh, the wiring on this thing is kind of ugly. Ugly, I say, ugly. Okay, there's a micro switch with a overlay. Now this has a manual shutdown right there. And I know when I had the runaway, people were like, you gotta shut it off, you're... Anyways, this is what that's hooked to. So, should dung this cab out too, sooner than later. But anyways, I also found some fuel line that I had. So I could probably change this hose because this was the only one that blew. So I'll see if that fits on there, because if I just change that one line, then when we do start it, even if it's not the right length, at least it won't, you know, blow power steering fluid all over you, because this is a power steering fluid reservoir. It's pretty big. You know, and obviously all these wire braid lines are going to have to be changed, but the kicker is first we got to get the engine running, because if the engine doesn't run, well, the rest just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And this bracket had this on it here, and it was for your hand throttle, so you could pull your hand throttle out. But obviously they're using it down here for the shutdown. So I've been told that if I pull this off the end, that should tell me a story. What it's going to tell me, I have no idea. But I guess at the end of the day, the only way to do this is to get started. Just get stuff out of the way. And this is for the air governor. It's all been changed. This is okay, yeah, so this is for the shut off, which was the hand throttle, so that's there. And what, I don't even know what this does, because it goes, I don't know, maybe that's, I don't know what it does. I should do some learning, I guess. Maybe what I should do is pull it off on the one that's on the ground before I get too carried away. Or I'll change this fuel line. And when I say fuel line, I mean power steering line. It's funny, I was gonna say, now I wonder if it's gonna undo itself. And it came off easily, so that's a nice change from the other. The one problem with old trucks is everything is rotten, and this cab mount is, or pardon me, hood thingamajigger is broke off, and it's hooked on, but I guess well, I can replace that. I just need to find one and then tuck it on. There. Can we pull it out now? Maybe I don't have to. Well, I guess I have to, but... Oh, that's already loose. That's handy, Jim Dandy. You guys, there's some benefits to being a hoarder. This other one is a bit bigger. So since I had these laying around, I figured I might as well stick it on.
Oh yeah. Till you get ready to go down the road.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, we can put...
You could probably cut it and just put a different fitting in there. It's probably that weatherhead hose.
Yeah.
Single braid.
I don't know if it... Dynacraft. But yeah, that'll work temporarily, I think. I'll just tie it up. And the other one I have is too big. Actually, it'd probably even work going to over to the reservoir. Not that I need to do that right this minute, but best part is things that are covered in oil or grease, because then they actually undo. This is just a hose clamp. Yeah, we'll take it off. Bolt doesn't even look that old, to tell you the truth. It must be, though. See what I mean? Shiny. There. One rotten oil line. Now I can take these fittings off, so I think I'll do that. Not right this second. Okay, let's go. Yeah, see if we can learn something. Okay, beauty of having a spare engine sitting here is I can take a look at this and pull it off before I pull it off the other engine, so I know what I'm getting myself into. I think that's a great idea. What size is it? 1/2 inch. Let's see if it's going to come out. Maybe I should pull this off first. So when Al was telling me about it, he said it was on the back of the pump and it had 4 bolts, which this is more than 4 bolts and goes down there. So yeah, let's take this off first. Oh, that's a long one. It's got oil in it. Interesting. Interesting. Do I know what this does? No. Do I see weights? So I wonder, I bet you that whole housing has to come off. So this is what I'm looking at. So this had a spring, and this was in there, but this doesn't want to come off because it's hitting something. And this plate doesn't want to come off because it's hitting something. And Al said 4 bolts. So I bet you it's just these 4 bolts, and I bet you it's this whole block here that comes off. And I don't know what that is, so it appears to be 7/16. This is like a discovery. Don't know what the stuff does, but we're figuring it out. Oh, there it comes. Nope. There. Am I any wiser? No. So do I take this off? I don't know. But now I know how that works. Oh. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to go do some more research. And, you know, this is moves. So could that be all that it is? Is that the other one is stuck? Because this is behind there. Although this one almost feels stuck too. You would think it would have more throw than that.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. So I think I'm gonna have to do some more research. I mean, I could pull it off the truck and see if it moves like that. Because this one, if you look at it, is definitely seized. And maybe it doesn't move that much. You know that? Of course, we can't tell because this one is seizured. Al said it has, where's grooves? Well, I don't know. It's probably nothing more dangerous than someone who really doesn't know what they're doing. This one is seized though.
Here's your 7/16.
Shit. Me and my wonderful ideas. Well, maybe it is